ADHD holiday tips, especially for the year 2020 in this global pandemic socially distancing time. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let's talk about 5 really powerful tips that you can use, especially in this different type of year. And then I'm going to give you a couple tried and true tips also. And as usual, I'm going to bring it back to your brain performance pattern, the pattern for ADHD, and show you not only how to survive this holiday season, but how you can thrive, how you can use your brain performance pattern to create more calm, focused joy. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's dig into tip number 1. The most important tip that you can remember to do this holiday season is to balance the way that you use your brain in and across every single day. So let me tell you what I mean by that. We know that the ADHD brain pattern is one of too much slowing. Slow brain speed is called theta, and if you struggle with ADHD, your brain is making too much theta during the day. Theta is only supposed to be made in the evening when your brain is falling asleep. So essentially, people with ADHD struggle to focus and attend and to be on task and to be ultimately productive because their brain is trying to fall asleep. So the way to help you on any day, but especially during the holidays, is to balance the way that you use your brain in terms of having your brain be on and then having your brain be able to have time to relax and for neuro integration. So what does that look like in a pragmatic sense? On a daily basis, do some thinking for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then take a 15-minute break. Actually, science shows that's the most productive way for anybody to use their brain, especially people who struggle with ADHD. So that's how you can do it on a daily basis. But now when we're talking about holiday time, you really need to be able to balance the time that you're socializing, the time that you're trying to get your work done, the time that you're shopping, the time you're cooking, the time you're deliberately and intentionally having quality family time, and the time you spend alone. You really need to be able to balance your brain on and off. So as you're planning your holiday season, remember that. Remember that when you're socializing, your brain is on. You have to ingest the information that someone is telling you, and then you have to produce it if you're going to speak back with them. Remember, if you're making food, you have to think about the recipes. You have to make sure everything is measured properly and that you put it together. You're using your brain, even though you might like it. So then, being able to recharge, and this is tip number 2, find quiet time with a purpose. To be able to recharge, go into your sanctuary, as I call my area, and read if that feels good to you, especially fiction. That's shown to calm your brain. Be able to meditate if you have a meditation practice. If you engage in home neurofeedback, that is the number 1 thing that can bring your brain back into a calm and focused pattern. Use that time alone to refresh and recharge your brain. Okay, now when we're talking about your children specifically, these strategies apply even more. And in this video, I'm going to talk mainly for children. So you need to give your kids that quiet time on purpose. Have them read. Watch the amount of games that they play, because remember that screens and electronics and games will wire and tire your child's brain. It really needs to be balanced, and I've made videos about how to balance that on this YouTube channel. Find jobs for them that are the just right fit. Should your 9-year-old be responsible for decorating the entire tree? No. But can they assist? Yes. Will that be more frustrating for you? Maybe. Could they take photos of you decorating and play a role that's fun, but also at the end of the day you have really cool photos of your tree decorating time? Possibly. Just use it with intention and have a just right fit job for your kiddos so that they can participate, they can have a meaningful interaction, but don't get overwhelmed if it's your child with ADHD. Have clear expectations set ahead of time. And I've been doing this with my kids for a very long time because this helps all children, especially children with ADHD, but I will say we're going to decorate for the next hour and a half, and then we can all take a break. And then they know they will help me for an hour and a half, but then they'll be able to go back into their rooms to refresh and recharge, and then we will come back out again and we'll do some cleaning, and then we'll watch a movie tonight. Expectations are very clear. Then they get small, immediate rewards. And this is how we build success. And neuroplasticity shows that if we're doing all the right things with our brain, that we will continue to get more and more of the calmed, focused joy mode that our brain uses, which is more of that perfect processing speed in the middle and less of that slow speed that is being produced inherently with ADHD. So give them immediate rewards. Don't say things or try not to say things like, if you do a good job, Santa's watching, because that's far too long and far too abstract for young children for sure. But immediate successes in the here and the now can really help your child use that calm, focused brain pattern over and over again. So an example might be if you're going to have hot cocoa, once we get done decorating the tree, we will have some hot cocoa. Immediate success based upon the behaviors that you want your child to be able to pull off right away. Okay, those are 5 tips for home, because during this pandemic time, we're mainly spending more time at home and trying to find a way to balance our brains in our home environment. If you're going out this holiday season, remember to choose your events deliberately. And if there's one takeaway, it's deliberate intention in how you spend your holidays. I talk with so many people who say, I have to go here, I have to do this, I have to go there. No, you don't. You just think you have to go here and there. You're actually making the choice to. And you can make the choice to stay home also if you want. And I just did it. Last Friday, our besties that we hang out with all the time, it's 3 couples, 3 of us. We get together during socially distancing socialization time, and everybody was hanging out. But I was tired and I had a long, busy week. All I wanted to do was sit on the couch and chill and watch some holiday movies. So I went for just a little bit and I said, okay, everybody, I'm out. And I told my husband ahead of time that we need to take separate cars because I'm not staying. And so I deliberately made the intention to check in, say hi to my friends, socialize just a little bit, but then go spend the much needed time that I needed to reboot by myself on the couch, which actually I hardly ever do. And when I really need to do it, you know that I'm choosing it intentionally. Okay, so choose your events deliberately. And especially now in pandemic times, the events have changed and the world is so much more stressful because people's anxiety is up. So if you're going out into the world to go shopping, make it short and sweet. Don't make it long and arduous. You can do most of your shopping online these days with better deals and easier. If you're going into somebody else's home or into a restaurant, make sure your child with ADHD knows the house rules. Because if you're going to your friend's house, your child might not be able to run around there like they're able to run around at your home. You want them to know that ahead of time so you're not following them and running after them trying to get them to stop. There should be the anticipation of the house rules that your child's going to follow, and then a reward and immediate success after you leave so you can burn that new, better brain pattern into their brain. When you're out and about, check in with them. You can have a code signal or at least just check in and make sure everything's okay, because you want to leave in the ideal world, and I've been doing this for 18 years, before somebody turns on you. So having 5 young children, it was always the skill, staying as long as we could, but leaving before anybody turned on us and had a meltdown, or that we had diminishing returns in our enjoyment. So check in with your child, and of course, depending upon age, that might vary, but be willing and able to leave when you are done or when your child is done. Read the signs before they occur so that you can, negotiate that on your way out without having to move into meltdown mode. And remember, praise goes a long way. So that immediate reward for success, if it's tangible like hot cocoa, that's great. But even whispering into your child's ear, you're doing a really great job listening and not interrupting. I'm really proud of you. So many children hear the negative things like, you're not listening and you keep interrupting. Stop that. They hear that so much more often than the praise. Praise goes a long way for all of us, but especially for children with challenges that go along with ADHD. Okay, so I hope these tips help you out for an awesome holiday season with your child with ADHD. And remember, if you are looking for help in your journey to regulate your child's brain so that it performs better, so those ADHD symptoms reduce or alleviate altogether, yes, that is possible. Yes, that is a thing through neuroscience and technology. That is a service that I provide, and I would love to help you on your journey. So reach out to me at trish@drtrishleigh.com or visit my website at drtrishleigh.com. You'll see my services there for people who are challenged by ADHD. And always remember, control your brain or it will control you.